What's up everybody, this is Ben, and today we are talking about a new sound pack that I have for the MC-101 that makes chords. And I think it's pretty neat. You might be thinking, as I was, why do we need a chord generator? The MC-101 is polyphonic. Polyphonic. It does lots of, you can play as many notes on it as you want. This Chord Machine is copied from some elektron devices that only do one note at a time, but it's still really fun to play with, and to be honest, it was a really fun challenge to figure out how to design it in Synology Pro, which is really why I did it. But I'm having a lot of fun, so I wanted to share it with everyone, and people have seemed excited about it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, I've got a fresh tone here, and as we normally do on our sound packs, we're gonna make sure that all 4 of these buttons are lit up, and if they're not, you can hit the button. I'll hit all 4 of them at the same time, and you can see the knob track change up there. When you do that, so you want, if all 4 of them are lit, then all 4 knobs are controlling track 2, or whatever track is selected, which is what we want to do the synth parameters. So, now that we have that set up, I'm gonna set C1 to system control 2. I'm gonna hold filter and turn the knob to set system control 2. Do the same thing here to system control 3, and finally set the last one to system control 4. Set them all about 12 o'clock. Now, we're going to hit the value knob. We're gonna come over to sound file, and we're gonna click BC chords. Now, the first 5 are all the same. There's a weird one at the end that we'll talk about, but they all work the same way. It's just the choice of waveform. So you have supersaw, saw, square, triangle, and piano, which all make nice chord sounds. So let's start with the saw. So load up the saw, and with everything at 12 o'clock should sound like, doesn't sound very good. So the 2 knobs on the knob 3 and knob 4 are going to control the filter parameters. So, like in some of the other sound packs, I've really been liking this. The knob number 3 controls the height of the filter, and knob number 4 will control the decay of the filter. And I really like this for like making like chord progression type stuff. You can see already that's pretty fun. So for now, let's leave this all the way open. Just use the filter to set it to a comfortable level. Actually, now that I've explained those, let me load up the piano patch and then open both of these all the way up, because it's nice to hear the chords with the piano patch. So now on the really fun part, the first 2 knobs control the chord and the inversion. So, all the way to the left is a major chord. It's root, 3rd, 5th octave. You can hear all of them. Sounds pretty cool. If we click the first knob up a little bit more, we get a minor chord, and so on and so forth. I have a list of chords that I will share with all of you. And there's 16 of them. The model cycles I think has 32 built in, or 36, but 16 is pretty good, I think. I'm pretty happy about it. They are major, minor, major 7, minor 7, dominant 7, sus2, sus4, major add 9, minor add 9, major 7, flat 5. This we get kind of jazzy in the second half. Diminished 7, major 6, minor 6, major flat 5, major 7 flat 5, and minor 7 flat 5. Play around with those if you want. If you're really into using lots of big extended chords, you're probably playing it in on a keyboard or something anyway, I think. But they're fun to have. So to be honest, I figured always I would never need a chord function like this, because I do play it on a keyboard or on the launch pad. But this has been really fun, so I'm going to show you how I did that like earlier jam at the end. But but just bear with me for a minute and do, it's fun. It's pretty fun. So that's knob number 1. Knob number 2 is inversions. Now, inversions are cool. So if you're not familiar with the concept of inversions, let me just go to track 4 real quick. I'm not sure what patch this is. But so, like if you have a C chord, that's the first inversion. But if you take this bottom note and bring it to the top, that's the first inversion. Sorry, this is called root position. That's the first inversion. If you bring the E up an octave higher, that's the second inversion, and so on and so forth. So on there are chord patches. As you move the filter knob, you're moving the notes around. I don't have it written up, but you can hear it. It spreads it out. Sometimes it drops some lower. There's 16 different ones. Then I tried to pick ones that I felt were useful with nice like big spreads and some like little block chords, like that sort of thing. So these are all the same notes, just spaced in different octaves. I think that's fun. I mean, that's it. That's really the whole pack, right? There's, like I said, there's different options here. There's a super saw. I love super saws. Everybody likes super saws. Especially... And if you want, you can automate this knob to give you different chord progressions. I was just watching a free beat video, and he goes through a nice like in-depth sort of tutorial on how you would use that, how you could use this to like map out chord progressions and give some interesting ideas about that. So check that out. But yeah, I mean, that's it. If you want a major chord, or this is what sounds like maybe a major 9, minor 9. I don't know. I'm not good at pitch. That's minor 9, I think. Doesn't matter. Ninth chords are really fun if you're not like a I don't know, jazz-ish musician. 9 chords are great. I use them all the time in everything. They give everything like just enough spice without like too much spice at the 7th, but like just a little bit different than the triad. So I really like it. You can get cool stuff if you sweep things through. Oh, that's the other thing. The only other interesting part of the pack, there's super saw, square, triangle. Those all work exactly like I just showed you. Piano also works exactly like I just showed you. And then I have this other one called space chord, which I just had a lot of fun with. If you choose it, it's sine waves and square waves, doing exactly the same thing. But if you choose it and you bring this up and then you hit the button, sorry if that's loud, then you hit the button and then, or go down an octave or two. It just sounded really like Star Wars-y to me, and then I just had a lot of fun just doing that, so I figured I'd just throw it into the pack. You don't need to use it for anything. I just thought it was really neat. But the other ones all work the same way, the normal way. And that's it. You have chord selection, chord inversion, and then filter height and filter decay time. And there's so much opportunity here. And like I said, I've been having a lot of fun playing with it. What I'm gonna do now is show you how I made that jam at the beginning, because this is how I've been having the most fun with it. And so all it is I pick a few chords that sound good. Like I said, I like the 9th, which are somewhere in the middle. That sounds nice. So some of the inversions get real bassy, which is really good for the thing that I'm just going to show you right now. Again, you can go through, and if you want to set this on each step, it's pretty easy. Let me just make one measure quick. If we just record something in, I just have a little drum beat going in an analog kit. That's all. So on track 2, which is where we're working. If I just hit this, we're gonna put in two different chords. We're gonna C to A. Sounds bad because the A major chord, or yeah, I think it's major. The A chord has different notes in it than the C chord. They don't like go together. If I had more chords, it would be more obvious. But if we wanted to change these, we could just hit Shift on a step, and then we can hold Shift and change. Just touch one of these knobs. Not touch. You have to turn it a little bit. But now we can just we can set like a different chord here. We're just writing automation here, and then we can set a different chord there. So we get two different chords there. That one sounds good. And then if we want also, we can change this inversion to something a little lower here. So it's super easy if you want to put in like a progression that way. To me, I'm gonna clear this whole sequence, which also clears the automation. And I'm gonna show you this thing that I've been having a ton of fun with. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick a chord. Sounds good enough. I'm happy enough with it. Let's actually make this open a little, but lower the filter. And then I'm gonna expand it to be 4 measures long. And all I'm gonna do is record in 4 notes. Ready? That's all. Super simple. And now, I like the chord that I have. Actually, you know what? Let's use the FX track. I want to do 2 things. First, I want to change the knob assign to level. And we're going to use that in a second. But first, we're going to go to our motion designer. This is what I did in the intro jam. All you got to do is go into your motion designer. It's shift motion and then hit value on the motion designer. Then pick random and then pick a step length. Doesn't matter what. Let's do 4. That would mean every 4 beats, it'll change. It'll put in a random value. We're going to do the full scale, 0 to 127. And the destination knob is going to be filter, which is right now system control 2, which is controlling the inversion. So what this is going to do is it's going to take the chord that we were playing and then just randomly make a melody out of that chord. And it's going to make a new note every 4 steps. So I'm going to hit execute, and now I'm going to hit play. And it doesn't all sound perfect, but it's pretty cool, I think. So let's, now that we've done that, I'm gonna make it fit everything a little bit better, which is what I did earlier. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to motion designer. I'm gonna hit saw. I'm pretty sure this is an older, like back in the early days of the MC-101, we were trying to get sidechain working. All you gotta do is pick saw, 4 steps. I like to make the minimum value like 30, 40-ish for this sort of thing. Max is 127, perfect. Destination knob is FX. That's gonna make a saw wave. I think T-Break Beats has a good video about that, which you can check out. And then I'm gonna hit execute, and now when I hit this, you're just gonna hear the level of the track we just made go up and down with the beat. Beautiful. And if you don't like the melody, all you gotta do is go back to random, go to, we can make it 2, minimum value 0, and then send it to filter again, hit execute, and it'll be something totally different. Okay, so I realized my problem is this E doesn't fit, so we're gonna scroll over here, we're gonna hit shift. That's an E, right? So if I wanted to be do something rational, maybe we can go to A4 instead of F4. I'm just going to change the note. See what that sounds like. I'll take that. If we really wanted to do something correct, we could change that to a minor chord there, but that doesn't matter. I think this sounds... Sorry, my cat is yelling. There have been fireworks going since, I don't know, it's almost 1 in the morning right now. And they're still going here in densely populated suburbs of New York. So very cool. Good stuff. But anyway. That's what we've got here. I think that's super cool. And even while this is playing, we can come in like you saw me do before, and we can mess with this. And if you put in like step length of 3 or 5 or something offbeat, you get real interesting stuff. I think that's super nice. Gives me kind of like Postal Service vibes. I'm having a good time with it. But that's it. So, like my other packs, you can get it either on Facebook in the MC-101, MC-707 project sharing group, which I'll link in the description. You can go to my Patreon and download it there if you'd rather do that. It's like $1. And then, otherwise, if neither of those work, shoot me an email, bencomusic@gmail.com. I'll be happy to send it to you. I won't put you on a list because I still don't know how to do that, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I mean, that's the pack. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions about it, I feel like this is a short video, but that's probably a good thing for you and for me. So yeah, so let me know what you think. And that's what we got. We got chord mode on the MC-101.